bullpen. Into the fire. Quentin Porter, and Kevin Glenn is limping around. Has a brace on the knee. They were working feverishly on the sideline. It looked like Kevin Glenn wanted to come back in this ball game. Porter now, the reverse. Thick pen, scooting outside. Pushed out of bounds for a loss.
If you're going to run that play, you got to block somebody. 5 blue jerseys going to the football, not a white Ticat shirt in sight. There you see him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys have the Tiger Cats outflanked on that play. You can't get the edge on speed alone. You got to block.
Second down, 14. Deafening here. Again, the shovel. Avon Coburn trying to get that first down. Had to get to the 45, but there is a penalty flag back at the 24-yard line.
Well, there's definitely an offside against Brian Turner here. The question is whether Mark DeWitt got caught with a hold later in the play.
Offside. Winnipeg number 92. That penalty's declined. First down.
It is a first down. Good play by Avon Coburn to use that second and third effort here.
Tiger Cat center Mark DeWitt right in the middle of your screen. Got away with a hold on this play. He wrestled down Pierre-Luc Labbé to take him out of the play.
Porter now. Keeps it on the ground. Coburn puts that shoulder pad to that Bomber defense. This Bomber defense that earlier this year precipitated Swaggerville.
Well, they did. Javon Johnson talked yesterday about trying to get that swagger back. They had it through the first 8 weeks of the season, and it seemed to slip away, but Tim Burke's boys are looking pretty good here today. And again, the panel talked about it. That you look at the difference in production between the ground games of these two teams. Winnipeg is winning at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Throwing down for Porter. Decides to take off, and he's going nowhere. There is a penalty flag, a late flag here after Porter went down. And don't celebrate yet, Blue Bombers. This might be going against the Cats.
After the play was over, major foul, unnecessary roughness, Hamilton number 65. A 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play. Third down.
Former #1 pick Simeon Rotier.
Rotier's right in the middle of the screen.
There it is there. You saw him leaping on that pile.
You can't afford those 15 yards when you're into the wind. Can't keep giving the Bombers the short field with the wind at their backs.
13-3 Winnipeg here. Just over 6 minutes to go, third quarter. All the scoring, wind assisted so far. Oh, bad punt. Medlock. That's the benefit of the bounce. There is a no yards call that came out after. 5-yard penalty, and again, a good start here for the Blue Bombers on just a 14-yard kick from Justin Medlock.
When you factor in the penalty before that.
Hamilton number 24. That penalty's declined. First down.
Justin Medlock, who arguably has one of the strongest legs in the CFL, a much more adept field goal kicker than he is a punter. But not used to those 14-yard kicks as the wind starts to howl here a little bit. Kevin Glenn still being treated on the sideline. Pierce in the pocket. Pump fake. Has a man. Oh! Unable to bring it in. Downfield is Terrence Edwards. Had him. just past his outstretched fingertips.
Terrence Edwards gets in behind Marcel Young on this play. Edwards, a guy who has had some big games against Hamilton over the course of the last 2 seasons.
Motion again for those Winnipeg receivers. Pierce looks to his left this time. Aaron Hargraves incomplete. Hargraves watched on the corner by Milt Collins. And third down again. Jamie Borum will have to kick it away back to the Cats. This just hits the ground right there.
Yeah, off the chest. This is a tendency you see sometimes. As the hands get a little bit cold, guys don't rely, they're afraid to rely on their hands catching the football. That one went off the shoulder pads.
Borum with the breeze. Angles to his left, a line drive kick. The bounce again, inside the 10-yard line. Jamie Borum doesn't use the flight that time, but more of a boring kick into the sideline to perfection.
Hey, Wendy.
Good looking hat.
Good looking candidate. Chris Garrett. Most impressive performer on the field thus far.
Long field again for the Tiger Cats. They ratchet up the noise here at Canadians once again. Porter going deep for Williams. Alex Suber was there, but that ball was near no one in particular. Let's go down with an update now on Kevin Glenn. Here's Sarah Orleski.
Rod, well, they put what appears to be a soft neoprene brace on his right knee, but it's the right ankle that they appear to be spending the most time working on right now. They heavily taped up his ankle. He tried very gently running, doing crossovers, about 3 or 4 of them, wasn't able to. They've now taken the tape off and they continue to spend time with him. I'll update you as soon as we have anything further.
All right, Sarah, 2nd and 10, Porter. And the first catch of the afternoon for Dave Stala, a guy who had an explosive start to the 2011 season, flatlined a little bit, but is one of those players that is Mr. Clutch.
If you keep an eye on the linebacker, Clint Kent, on this play, he gets sucked into the crossing route underneath, looking at Marcus Thigpen, thinking he's reading the eyes of Quentin Porter, while Quentin Porter was looking right past Thigpen to Stala. Clint Kent just guessed wrong.
Quentin Porter now with the audible. Here comes the Winnipeg rush. And out in the flat. Dangerous toss, almost picked off. Looking for Avon Coburn, sprung out of the backfield.
Well, we looked for a second there like we might be witnessing the 4th pick 6 by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense against the Hamilton Tiger Cats this season. This throw hung up, Dion Beasley. Eyes as big as saucers with that ball coming right at him. Unfortunately for Hamilton, Coburn got a hand on it.
3 games against Hamilton. Cats have given up 3 interceptions for touchdowns. Porter, and that was almost picked off. Free safety Ian Logan back in the Winnipeg Blue Bomber lineup. Had one in his grasp.
Well, once again, the Tiger Cats narrowly avoid an interception. A deep in route to Dave Stala. Off the receiver's hands. Just enough of a tip to distract Ian Logan.
Logan back in the Winnipeg Blue Bombers lineup.
After missing the final game of the regular season, early that week he underwent an emergency appendectomy. But one of the Bombers who has benefited from the bye week, fortunately, somewhat remarkably, only missed one game.
Yeah, Blue Bombers looking good so far. Getting that bye week last week. Getting first place, even though some felt they kind of backed into first place. 7-1 start to the season, 3-7 finish. Medlock's last kick, 14 yards. Another flutter ball. Johnson into the scrum at the 50-yard line. For the Blue Bombers, 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. A 30-yard kick. Back to Sarah once again with another update on Kevin Glenn.
Well, Rod, as I mentioned, Kevin Glenn's mobility, he doesn't really have much here on the sidelines. I just got word that no, he is expected to be done for the day. The Hamilton Tiger Cats, looks like if they are going to win this game, they'll have to do it without Kevin Glenn.
Well, not surprising when you saw his reaction when he went down and the way that his foot bent. So Kevin Glenn, the hard luck quarterback when it comes to Eastern Finals.
Kevin Glenn just, again, the right leg rolled up on, knee and ankle caught up under there. After the initial reaction, it seems fortunate that he was even able to walk off under his own steam.
Chris Garrett plows into the line. 2 minutes to go, and Hamilton football fans have grown to believe in what Quinton Porter can do, and maybe that two-quarterback system that was kind of poo-pooed by some people down the stretch watching the Hamilton Tiger Cats may come to be a big benefit here.
As you see the numbers for Kevin Glenn, so true, Rod. That system, at least in terms of having both quarterbacks ready for the playoffs, paid off last week against Montreal. The Cats need it to pay off in an even bigger way today if they want their season to continue.
2nd and 7. Pierce fires. Watson sent backwards.
Well, Jamal Johnson's not a guy who's going to miss a whole lot of tackles. He made sure on that one. Good job wrapping up by the Ticat weak side linebacker.
Even though it's a 10-point lead, this game still very much in doubt. And not much between these two teams. Both defenses have come to play in this frigid climate today in Winnipeg. Might have come down to simply something like the coin flip, because everything has been wind aided here today.
Exactly. Every point scored with the wind. The Ticats have that wind in the fourth.
Chris Williams stepping out of bounds at the 20. 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. Doug Brown laying it out. Final season. Would like to bookend a brilliant career with a trip to the Grey Cup game. The only thing missing for Doug Brown, he's 7-time All-Star, most outstanding Canadian recipient, a sure bet to be in the CFL Hall of Fame. Only thing missing, a Grey Cup ring.
Well, denied in his first season with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. 2001, a loss to Calgary.
Avon Colburn battling again. Only 4 yards. Another second down conversion coming. Clock ticking down to 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Avon Colburn's having to work his tail off for everything he gets. Fights through a tackle there from Odell Willis. There's Clint Kent, Javon Johnson in to clean up. Tough sledding for the Tiger Cat running back.
Porter takes off. Quinton Porter with a hook slide. It is hit there, but Quinton Porter will move the yardsticks here with one play to come here in the third quarter. Quinton Porter, one of the leading rushers of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. A guy, one of the biggest quarterbacks in the CFL, but he can move.
Well, much more apt to take off with the football than his partner in crime, Kevin Glenn. Adds a whole other dimension to the Tiger Cat offense. Makes a challenge to defend for Winnipeg.
Last play, third quarter. Porter looks left. Then to his right and has it taken away. Dave Stala couldn't bring it in. We're heading to the fourth quarter. How much will the Wind play into the Hamilton Tiger Cats' fortunes? They trail by 10 in the East Final. Winnipeg Blue Bombers 15 minutes away from a trip to the Grey Cup game. Can they hang on here? Wind has been the biggest factor in this ball game. Just one major score, and that from Alex Brink to Jason Vega. Now the Hamilton Tiger Cats, it's their turn. Can they do it with Quinton Porter at the helm?
Well, they certainly can. We saw Quinton Porter come off the bench last week and coming in cold lead this team to a touchdown drive. Now in that game he didn't have to go the distance, but Quinton Porter, an experienced CFL quarterback at this point, a guy who's had plenty of playing time down the stretch, and looked good down the stretch for the Tiger Cats. They need him to be big here.
Coming in cold is an understatement today. Porter, though, has some time. Pocket closes and a low toss. Little crosser for Bakari Grant, and it's a no-go for the Hamilton Tiger Cats again. Biggest problem for the Cats and their ability to move the football, wind or no wind, still really the story of the year here in Winnipeg, their defense.
Yeah, the Winnipeg defense has been outstanding. They've given Avon Coburn and the Hamilton offensive line all sorts of trouble in the run game.
Medlock, this is a good, strong kick. Look at it bounce. Javon Johnson is going to field it at his 5-yard line. The Bombers have their ears pinned back now against the wind after an outstanding 70-yard boot from Justin Medlock. Well, coming up, BC Place, home to the Grey Cup next week. Will the Lions be able to play in that Grey Cup in their home den? They have to beat the Edmonton Eskimos. One team that started 5-0, the other 0-5, and there they meet. Coming up next, the West Final. East Final. Blue Bombers trying to get back to the Cup. First time since 07. Long field now for Winnipeg. 100 yards to Paters. This has been the MO all day. It's been a good plan. Chris Garrett right, Chris Garrett left.
And most impressively, Chris Garrett up the middle. Physical running style has paid off for the Blue Bombers. It's exactly what you anticipate. You get to this time of year, everybody talks up the importance of the run game. The Blue Bombers have executed it.
Quick hitter, slant pattern. Oh, what a grab by Clarence Denmark. Made a living this season on outstanding catches. Another acrobatic one.
Well, Clarence Denmark makes this look easy, but this is a real tough catch. Ball thrown behind him, not just to get the body turned around, but to get down low and scoop that one up.
25-yard line now for Winnipeg. Denmark, one of the candidates for CFL Play of the Year on TSN. So too Buck Pierce, hands off. Here goes Garrett again. It is Chris Garrett's day. How pumped up is this little guy? Moves the sticks again on a 17-yard scamper.
Justin Medlock had that huge punt, giving Hamilton an opportunity to pin the Bombers deep. But then came Chris Garrett. Again and again and again. Number 19 getting it done for the blue and gold.
Early fourth quarter. Winnipeg by 10. Garrett has been sensational here today. Pierce now, quick hitter again. And Buck Pierce starting to go after that secondary as well. Once again, it's Terrence Edwards on that far side. Marcel Young stopped him short of a first down. It's going to be second down and 2 yards to go. Twin backs now, short yardage play. The pitch, room for Garrett. Does it again. To the Hamilton side of the field, down near the 45-yard line. Right now, the Hamilton Tiger Cats have no answers for number 19.
Again, it's a nice play call here. You're going to see all the flow of the offense go this way. Scoot Garrett out the other way on that option path. They get the defense flowing left. It's tough to redirect. Get back to the Blue Bomber running back.
First and 10. What an impressive drive from Pierce and Garrett. Why not? This time, though, spied perfectly. Ray Williams. Such a snowy, cold day. Kind of thoughts turn to hockey today. And hockey news, Sports Center learning that Sidney Crosby is going to return Monday for his Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh against the New York Islanders. And that is such great news in the hockey world. No gain on the play. Second and 10 now. Pierce firing for Greg Carr. That one is straight. So the Tiger Cats give up some real estate here. Bombers dig themselves out of a hole, but can't get into scoring position.
Nonetheless, this is a great drive by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers when you consider where they started in a big field position battle, eating up some time on the clock along the way as well.
Almost 4 minutes taken off the clock here. Time the enemy right now for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. To the breeze. Loading up there, thick pen, no yards. At 15 on. 13-3. Crowd here doesn't like the call.
Well, a no yards call against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. There you see only about a 4-yard difference between James Green and Marcus Thigpen when he catches the ball in the air. That gives the Ticats 15. Keep an eye on number 46, Merrill Johnson in the middle of the screen. Right hand, tug to the face mask in a little altercation with Hamilton's Nathan Kanya. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats gained the easiest 30 yards they got all day. Right in front of the umpire, Bill Haggins.
Net of -7. Porter play action. Stands in trouble. Down he goes.
Well, the special teams got him in trouble, but the defense is looking to dig him out.
First sack of the ball game. Just when it looked like Quinton Porter was going to stay in this pocket and be able to hang in, the pocket closed quickly.
It sure did from all directions. Marcellus Bowman got a hand in there. Rodney Fritz, Jason Vega, all taking a piece of the Tiger Cat QB.
Rodney Fritz out of Tennessee State, his first game since September, has had some hamstring problems. Now a pump fake. Now to the far side, and a pickoff. Alex Suber